And welcome back to Real Geek Media. It is again Thursday, May 8th, 2025. I am Hayden Stoll. He is author Christopher Michael Blake. We are back for another edition of funny and weird news stories. Christopher, what is going on in the world?
Hayden, I'm sure you've seen the number one controversy on the internet this week.
Uh-oh.
And if you have not, I need your input.
Okay.
And your opinion, because you are a source of a plethora of information. I've come to just rely on you for everything. And the question is, can 100 humans beat a gorilla?
This is the age-old question. Yeah, this is dominating social media right now. 100 men versus a gorilla. Now, I think we got to look at it. Are they unarmed men or are they armed?
I say unarmed. I had to say unarmed.
Do they have spears or clubs, or is it just
fists? Unarmed?
Okay, all fists. Fists is trouble. I mean, I think there could be some overwhelming, with 100, but at the same time, this thing could snap your spine next. You know what I mean? This thing is a powerful animal. I just don't. All right, here you go. Here you go. Right, the first dude that runs in there and goes in, and it gets snapped in half and tossed. Now you got the frontline morale crash. They're like, whoa, I'm out. I'm not doing this. So that's a whole chunk of guys that are gone. I didn't sign up for this. Then you're going to have the ones that are they don't want to run, but they're a little too scared to fight. Now they're the next up, right? Once they break that first guy in half, the morale is gone, right? So unless this is a whole unit of Spartans, I don't think it's getting done. I really don't.
What if I said that the 100 were UFC fighters?
I don't think it would matter.
Really?
But they'll hold their ground maybe more than a common man, right? But you're not pulling this thing in a submission hold. There ain't no way.
But they know the weak points. They train their bodies. They know how to throw a punch.
This is not going to feel pain, right? Seriously, they think he's going to get punched by Conor McGregor. It's going to go, really? Is that it? What? And Conor McGregor's going to be like, oh, you fucking gorilla. No, man, no, it's not happening. It's not happening.
I'm going to change it one more time. 100 Navy SEALs.
Are they armed?
No,
they're losing. I would rather have the UFC guys than the Navy SEALs, because the Navy SEALs are getting punched every day.
They're tough hombres.
Sure, but they're also tactical and give them a weapon, and maybe we'll talk. But hand to hand versus the gorilla is.
I mean, look,
like I said, the ranks break after the first guy is ripped in half.
I understand that, but if they could somehow just all jump on at the same time.
Yeah, but then
and start pummeling, put a sleeper hold on this thing,
that's
choke
the thing.
It out.
There's too many guys for 100 to do. Only the 5 guys that are on top of it are going to be able to do anything. And that's not going to be much. And then it's going to stand up like that scene in Matrix 2 Reloaded where all the Smiths go flying and the gorilla rips a stop sign apart and starts bashing them all over the head. It's over.
I just needed your opinion.
Well, what do you think?
Look,
since we're on this topic, what do you think?
I really don't have an opinion for something such nonsense, but everybody else does. So I was like, you know what? We're hurting for content this week. I gotta ask.
That's fair enough.
But because it is interesting, and the funny meme I've seen is because they're all funny, is the gorilla's eating a banana, and the top of the caption reads, "What the gorilla is doing." After killing the 24th person, and he's eating the banana, and then when he hears the theme music play and it's Stone Cold Steve Austin coming down the ramp, he's like,
That's good. That's
It's
good.
like the Royal Rumble. It's
Yeah.
like, wait, who's coming out next?
That broken glass gets the reaction. He knows.
Yeah.
Even the gorilla knows it's Steve Austin. You're getting stunned.
Yeah, I was looking for the Shawn Michaels one. I couldn't find it, so I was like,
I see. I think if the gorilla heard "sexy boy," I don't think he'd be too scared. But if he hears the glass break, you know you're getting stunned one way or another. It's happening. You're not going to want it to happen, but it's going to happen.
Hayden, it's finally happened in my lifetime.
What's that?
According to, this is breaking news, by the way, the infidelity network site Illicit Encounters.
Illicit encounters.
Women seek
What?
this trait above all else with men.
Oh, what you got?
The number 2 trait.
Is
a bald head.
Is that right?
Women seek a bald, clean melon.
I feel like we're on Family Feud. So everybody says.
Well, apparently,
number 2 answer. Number 2
look,
answer.
who am I to argue with research and studies when I have this beautiful melon? It's so like ergonomic. It's like it's perfectly round. It's clean. Women love to give good scalp. Can you guess what number 1 was? That women seek.
Height.
No, it was
6
actually physique. Muscles.
Physique.
Yes. This is all according to 2,000 women distinguishing the physical attributes they found most attractive in men.
Okay.
So, of course, they're all saying Jason Statham, The Rock.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Bruce Willis, Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum when he's hairless. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So, look, just remember, prime rib right here.
Well, there you go. They just got to get that group of, how many were surveyed? 2,000?
2,000.
That's a lot.
Number 2.
That's a lot for 2,000.
Dad bod did not make the survey as far as I'm aware. Hayden, how much would somebody have to pay you to judge them having sex?
Would like an Olympic judge? Like hold up a number at the end of it?
If that's what you wanted to do.
I mean, but what is the
critique?
What is the criteria for judging?
You would have to be in the room while they're being intimate.
How many judges? Is this like Dancing with the Stars?
Well,
is it
like American Idol?
Are there theme weeks
or X Factor?
There's theme weeks. Everybody wears like a
so how much
baseball mascot.
In that room? How much would it cost to get you in that room?
I mean, look at me.
Would it be $30? Would it be $30?
No. Listen, if you're good at something, you don't do it for free.
I wouldn't know. I do everything for free. So I mean, that tells you my level of compensation is like. Yeah, I'm setting the bar pretty low.
Is this like a game show? Like,
well, the reason I ask is apparently everybody has a podcast now.
Of course.
And the newest podcast is by Simon Cowell, host of X Factor, American Idol, Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And he recalls on his newest podcast how he was eating, I guess it was lunch, and this guy comes over and he says, "I'm a big fan." He says, "Well, thank you." He says, "Can I get my wife to come over and you can introduce you to my wife?" He goes, "Absolutely." "Can we take a picture?" "Absolutely." "Can you judge us having sex?" And this is a true story, by the way.
Oh,
and he's like, goodness. "What? No, I wouldn't do that. How about for $150,000? Well, I might have to think about that.
For $150,000.
That's what he was offered, $150,000 to judge them having sex. And he declined.
Oh, he did?
Look, me, where's the nearest bedroom at? If you said $50, I might be in there.
$150 is a lot of
$150,000.
I'm sorry, $150,000 is a lot of money.
Yes.
It's a lot of money. It's an odd request, though.
Look, there's no doubt that they wanted probably to entrap him somehow, or
You, as a celebrity, yeah, his radar's got to be like,
And it's funny because have you seen what's going on? There's a big revelation today in the Shawn Diddy Combs trial. I don't know if
what
you
was
saw
that?
it or not.
No, I didn't.
The prosecution cannot find one of their witnesses.
What?
Yes. Witness number 3 has not shown up. They do not live in the state of New York. And they have personal ties with Shawn Diddy Combs. I'm sure Diddy knew that they were on the witness list. And apparently requests to even that person's attorney have gone unresponded to.
That's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah. So you have to wonder, witness tampering much? How much did it pay off? Because I don't know if you saw the other article that came out this week about Shawn Diddy Combs
I didn't.
trial. So I guess back in 2000, oh geez, I'm gonna get the year wrong, but it was a few years ago. This guy walked in, he started stabbing all these people. He had like a total meltdown. And when they arrested him, he said, "I was molested by Shawn Diddy Combs." And they're like, "Yeah, whatever, fucker, get in prison." So they sentenced him. Well, it turns out he signed an NDA for $5 million with Shawn Diddy Combs.
Oh man, what?
Yes.
That is crazy.
So again, that wasn't
crazy.
one of the stories I wanted to cover tonight, but it was just, I mean, because now you're saying, well, you got to be careful when you're a celebrity getting in those positions. And then it's kind of like, well, you know, maybe nobody's really kind of untouchable if I have Diddy Combs money running around. Because I have no doubt it's probably like, oh, you know, my memory is a little hazy now.
Seriously, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Again, this is all speculative. We don't know what the story with this witness is yet, but
Yeah,
more to come for sure. I mean, this is just we're not even into the trial yet. I mean, it's just, you know, this is just a warm up.
no, yeah. Just wait for that. That's gonna be like OJ trial, massive.
Yeah. So,
Oh boy.
imagine you go to work today and you have training this week, and it's personality training day, because we want to find out what kind of boss you are, or what kind of employer, what kind of employee you are. But it also happens to be May 4th, which is Star Wars Day.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to list 16 Star Wars characters, and you may fall into one, Hayden.
Okay.
So right as you're getting ready to start this little self-test to find out what kind of Star Wars character you are, you get a phone call. You have to leave the room. You're gone for a half hour, 40 minutes. You come back, and the test has been taken by your fellow employees for you. And what Star Wars character do you think they think you are?
Ooh. Uh-oh. Where did Jar Jar Binks?
It wasn't Jar Jar. That might have been
C-3PO.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. See, that's a good one, though. That's a good one.
Well, not if you're a mean Karen, apparently. If you're a ruthless supervisor who no one seems to respect. And I guess this played on this person's ego so bad that they couldn't function anymore and quit coming to work after another month. They quit
Really?
because they got called Darth Vader in a company-held sponsored training session.
My God.
And how much do you think they sued for their company for being called
I mean,
Vader?
of course, they're going to sue through the moon, like 500 grand, you know, like shoot the moon.
No, that's only if you don't fit behind the desk in the New York City public library system.
Oh, no.
40K.
Still a lot for something
40K.
like that.
Yeah, you got to think the attorney's getting a third of that, though.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I mean, look, that sounds like a lot, but now you are now, let's face it, anytime I Google your name, this is what's coming up.
Yeah.
You know, Lorna Rook from the UK, you are now Darth Vader, and any company you go to work, that $30,000 or $28,000 you're getting, they ain't keeping the lights on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you decide to go for more, it ain't working for you. Hayden, what do you do to put your wife in the mood? Don't tell me it's Gladiator
We
movies.
watched Dead Heat.
It could be.
Yeah, man. Dead Heat, man. That's all you need, man.
How about pranking people? What do you do to
Pranking
prepare for a prank? Yeah, like maybe prank your girlfriend or your wife.
I mean, you got to prepare for like, you got to do something. It can't be something silly. You got to do a little elaborate. Think this
So
through.
it's gotta be like a lot of thought,
Yes.
serious intent,
Yes.
and you gotta have intensity,
Yes.
and you gotta follow through, right?
You gotta fool them, man.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't just
Oh,
half-ass it. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Aiden, you and our next guy, something in common.
Uh-oh.
Yes, this is from New York Post, by the way. This prank was criminally bad.
Oh no.
A South Carolina man allegedly hid in his girlfriend's shower and then emerged with a knife when she got home early Sunday morning in an alarming attempt to prank her and lighten the mood, he said.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Hold on, it gets worse. Jackson Colum Arnold, 25, used a pair of his ex's bike shorts and a hat to cover most of his face and was naked from the waist down. You said this is intense. Follow through. This is all you, man.
Listen, I mean
Hold on.
we're talking at different ballparks.
Hold on now, Hayden. We're not done yet.
Okay.
Was naked from the waist down as he gave his former girlfriend a paralyzing scare around midnight. The victim accused Arnold of holding a knife to the side of her head, and he pretended he was slicing her throat, though the knife didn't touch her skin. He then attempted to yank her shorts off.
Oh boy. Oh
In
boy.
mock sexual assault. As he was choking her, she yanked the shorts off his face and discovered it was her on and off again boyfriend.
Oh God, that's like the Scooby-Doo ending. Take the mask off and I knew it was you. I wouldn't have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids.
She basically says she feared for her life when she thought she was about to be raped inside her garage apartment before she saw it was him. He counters this and says, I snuck into her home as a surprise to lighten her mood after we got into a fight earlier that night.
I mean,
now, how do you...
Ideal. Not ideal, buddy.
Yeah.
That's he's lucky he didn't get shot or killed.
He even went so far. Listen to this. This is, again, you said well thought out, Hayden. This is all you.
Well, that's all right.
He kept his cell phone at home because he thought he may have been sharing his location using the Life 360 app, and even parked several blocks away.
I mean, he thought it out. Not a great idea for a prank, though.
Do you think there's any hope for this couple reconciling?
Doubtful.
Yeah, again, we can, I hate to say laugh about that, but because it's so stupid. It's like, dude, no offense, you were really planning on doing this. And
yeah,
there's no doubt in my mind that you have all the intent in the world to, there was a fight beforehand. You went through planning all this. You knew her routine. You went through the trouble of leaving your cell phone at home to make sure you weren't tracked.
Yes.
You parked far away so no one could identify your car in the neighborhood.
I think I probably should have just killed somebody and
got away with naked from the waist down. I mean, again, it's the sick stuff that people go through in their mind.
That's wild.
Which gets me to my next case here, Hayden. This one's a serious one. New York Post as well. The criminal intent here is just so bad. Are you ready?
Ready.
7-year-old boy drove his little sister 9 miles in mom's SUV to get McDonald's Happy Meal.
7-year-old boy.
A hungry 7-year-old boy somehow drove his little sister, who's 5 years old, 9 miles to get McDonald's breakfast. And their mom said, you're going to be grounded for the rest of your life. Yeah. Police in Ogden, Utah were first alerted to a reckless driver at 8 a.m. on April 27th, holding off on a chase when the caller said that the driver appeared to be a young child. The SUV finally came to a stop when it hit a parking strip, and responders found the 7-year-old driver and his 5-year-old sister unscathed.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the mom had no idea what was going on. She didn't know where they were. She was getting ready to call the police herself when they were discovered. Apparently, his sister really wanted McDonald's, and the brother was just trying
Clearly.
to... But he's a better driver at 7 than I was at 17, 18.
Can't argue that.
He only hit a parking strip. That's it.
It's not bad. That's
I
impressive.
hit those now. I mean,
That's impressive.
yeah,
It's impressive.
yeah. This is just a follow up to what's going on in Kentucky, where a Kentucky boy uses his mother's phone to order 70,000 Dum Dum lollipops so he can share with his friends.
It's good to share. Sharing is caring.
Apparently, he got a hold of his mom's Amazon account and thought, yeah, me and my friends, we really like Dum Dums. She didn't realize it until the packages showed up on the doorstep. And apparently, I guess this is what they looked like, if you could see that.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Just boxes and boxes
like stacked up
of Dum Dums.
Oh boy.
Yeah, $8,000. So the good news is
that's a tough hit right there.
Some of the orders never showed up, so she was able to cancel those, and then Amazon did accept requests to accept the return items.
Did they?
They did.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes. Now imagine driving all those boxes to your local store. Hey, what are you returning today? Oh, 70,000 Dum Dums.
Just a little bit of stuff. Just a little bit. It shouldn't take too long.
I'm sure you've seen this. It's been all over social media and in the news. It's like the news article of the week. Pet raccoon with meth pipe in his mouth found in driver's seat during traffic stop.
I did see this. This is like wild. The first thing that popped in my head was like, Breaking Bad.
Eagle-eyed officers noticed Chewy the raccoon sitting in the driver's seat, seemingly making use of drug paraphernalia after the owner was detained. What do you think Victoria said?
Oh, I do not even know.
It's not mine. Chewy had somehow gotten hold of a glass methamphetamine pipe and was leading officers to further inspect the vehicle.
Oh my God. Next thing you know, it's going to, call Agent Schrader and tell him that his wife was in a car accident. Throw him off the scent.
Yeah.
Or it's Rocket Raccoon gone bad.
Body cam footage showed the well-fed raccoon rooting around in the ruinous car, wide-eyed and docile as it put the pipe to its snout. Yeah. 55 years old she is. So this morning, I went to Wawa. I was like, I'll get a coffee before work. I usually don't get it. I was like, I'll get it this morning. Pull in, not a lot of parking because they're out there whitewash or with the power washer. And I pull in next to this car and it's kind of on the white line next to the parking spot. And the driver next to me has the car running, his lights on, and he is passed out behind the steering wheel. And I hate to say, how prevalent the methamphetamine is here in Ocean County.
Mm-hmm.
So my first thought is, this dude's got it going on. So I go inside, talk to the manager. They come over, knock on the dude's window. He wakes up and he takes right off. Oh, I'm fine. And yeah.
Guilty.
I mean, look, I can understand sleeping in a parking lot or sleeping in your car. I usually shut the car off.
Yes.
I might even put the window down a little bit because it's so nice out. I don't leave the car running. And he was like hunched over the steering wheel, like, and I'm just like,
that's not good.
Yeah, there were several other people like walking by, like, yeah, I was gonna mention something, and I was like, yeah,
maybe. It's just a thought, putting it out there,
All right, here we go. We got 2 stories left here, Hayden. Pregnant woman claims she found a dead rat in her restaurant salad.
Get all the fixins.
Yeah. Discovery while eating a side salad at the Japanese restaurant Tetsuya West Ride. She discovered a dead rat. This is from a Google review, by the way. The woman shared a photo of her salad with the rodent, and she posted a pointed message at the restaurant. Halfway through my Katsudon set, I found a dead rat in my side salad. I'd half eaten it at this point. Just absolutely revolting and unacceptable. Well, she's a lot nicer than I am.
Oh, my Lord.
Everyone who was present in the restaurant stood up and left. The reviewer continued. What's even more shocking is they continued to serve food to other customers that had just arrived and weren't aware of what's happening. Her 1-star review, the woman wrote, was generous given the circumstances. They do have a picture of a dead rat. I don't know if this is the rat.
We're just going to take a stock image of a rat and just throw that in there.
Well,
Why not?
You know?
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
You got to make the point.
Why not?
What do you think the restaurant said?
Oh, wasn't ours. She's lying.
That's exactly well 50-50. It was it was as much of his admission as like a backhanded apology as you can have.
Yeah.
The restaurant replies to the woman's review with a lengthy apology. They said it's an unexpected and deeply concerning issue, and it's a serious lapse in our internal processes. While we prefer not to go into graphic detail out of respect for those affected, we fully recognize that the incident occurred within our operations and may have caused distress to the customers involved. The incident happened. We take responsibility. We are not focused on assigning blame or debating the source. However, this is basically it came from an outside salad place.
Sure.
Yeah, so this is not our because this is what they said. They said that the rat originated from a delivered sour box, which we are currently investigating with the supplier and local food authorities. So basically, it's like, oh, hey, we're really sorry about this. It did happen, but it really wasn't our stuff. It was theirs, and it just happened to be in your food.
That is great. That is great.
How safe do you feel, Hayden?
Like right now?
In general,
at this current moment?
In general.
I feel pretty safe and secure, yeah.
If you were in New England, would you feel the same level of safety?
Should I not?
Well, in New England serial killer fears 10 bodies now found in less than 2 months. Yeah. Of course, what do you know what the police said? You have nothing to worry about. These are isolated incidents. Yeah.
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah. The string of findings has fueled online speculation that a serial killer may be roaming the Northeast. Though authorities have not said the deaths are related. A Facebook group, basically Murders in New England, formerly called the New England Serial Killer, which changed its name due to the social media company's policies, now has more than 67,500 followers.
Huh.
The Connecticut State Police basically came out and said there's no information at this time suggesting any connection to similar remains discoveries, and there is no known threat to the public at this time. And we do not believe that these deaths are related to the ones in Massachusetts, because this happened in New England, in Connecticut. And of course, we can't talk about it because that can compromise active investigations and contribute to a sense of chaos that does not reflect the full picture.
Sure. I mean, why not?
Yeah. So, of course, you go through the comments, the social media comments to the article. This is on Fox News. And it's like one guy says, there's no known threat to the public, but we found 10 bodies in a short amount of time, and we refuse to get any information out. There's nothing to worry about here.
Nah, it's all good. Everything's fine.
Another
Everything
person,
is fine.
another person said there's no known threat to the public at this time. And he says, but I'm sure the dead people would strongly disagree.
Yeah, agreed.
And then somebody replied to their comment and said, nah, not at all. I bet 8 out of 10 of the victims will continue to vote for Democrats. Yeah.
Now that is a little funny.
Yeah. Let's see what somebody else here said here, because there's some good ones here. 10 bodies in 2 months, not a problem. So what is the magic number where people need to be concerned? 25, 50, 100?
Let you know when we get there. Getting warm.
Another person said if one of those victims was an illegal with a criminal record, everybody would be concerned. Another person says it's nice that people decide that the insane are allowed to roam freely. Another person said you can thank the ACLU and the American College of Psychiatry and Big Pharma because it's a violation of someone's civil rights to lock them up in an insane asylum.
Oh, well, wonderful.
Yeah. So yeah, that was basically the crux of the online comments, and that's really all I have for tonight. I got one more story, but I don't know if you want to go through it or not. I didn't realize how quickly we ran through things tonight.
I mean, we can do it if you like.
So, let's see what we got here. Imagine you're a police officer here, Hayden.
Okay.
And you are following a car, slow speed pursuit, middle of the day, auto theft. And the driver tosses something out of the back window at you. And you pull over to...
Okay.
You pull over, see what he tossed.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens to be a grenade.
Oops. That's like a Grand Theft Auto video game moment.
Apparently, the pin was only half pulled, so it was not.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
God. Thank God.
The live grenade that was suspect hurled to police during an Oakland chase. Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. Threw a bag from the driver's side window during the pursuit. Another cop not involved in the chase probed the bag only to make the explosive discovery. And, of course, they had to shut down and evacuate the whole block because, who knows what's going to happen here. So they cleared the area after 5 o'clock. And they got him when he abandoned the vehicle. His name's Kujisia. Yeah, Kujisia abandoned the stolen vehicle and tried to make a getaway on foot. They caught him at a dead-end street. And they did search his house, but of course they didn't find any other explosives. But I'm just sitting there thinking, like, where do you get a live grenade at?
Walmart.
Oh. That must be a...
Is this Florida?
So let me ask you a question. No, this is California.
All right, Oakland. Yeah.
You brought up Walmart. I get flack for this every time I go into Walmart. You tell me if I'm overreacting or not. I go in, I buy 5 or 6 items.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cheap. I refuse to spring the dollar for the bag.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's criminal here in New Jersey that they want to charge us for a bag. Okay,
I'm with you.
I think it's criminal that I have to sit there and do the employee's job and check out myself.
Yes, I'm not a trained cashier.
When 5 people are watching me do it.
Yes.
I then take those items and proceed to the exit.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to have a job at Walmart. I don't know if you remember. Everybody always said that they wanted this job. Walmart greeter.
Mm-hmm.
The old guy sitting there waving, hey, how you doing today? Come on in. Which has now changed to Walmart Gestapo, check your receipt.
Yes. You want to know what I do with those?
Well, hold on.
Go ahead.
My wife, who was with me, says I am setting a bad example for my daughter because I do not acknowledge these people. I go right around them. And I tell them, I don't tell them, I tell my wife, I would hope that they reach out and grab me or try to stop me because that is an illegal detainment.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, my civil rights are now being violated because I have not entered into any agreement to have you check. Now I can see if I was walking out with a TV,
Different story, right?
an appliance.
You got toothpaste, deodorant, and like Tic Tacs.
I can see where they would
Yeah.
be concerned with what I have with, what I'm taking out of the store.
Yeah. I do the same thing. I walk right by them. I'm not showing you nothing. You watched me ring it up.
And it's gotten so bad at our Walmart here in Lacey that they now have one on both sides.
Oh, wow.
So
escape.
Oh, no. I go right through. I'm like the fullback. I don't even make eye contact.
Yeah.
And they both look at me like,
yeah, no,
I can see them out of the corner of my eyes. I can see them go. And I'm just like,
no. Chase me down in the parking lot. Watch how well that ends for you.
That's the thing. I've seen these videos online of people doing that and going crazy and stuff. And I'm just like, please, oh, please, oh, please.
Walmart, multi-billion-dollar corporation, please.
And the worst part is, they're starting to put more stuff under glass.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen this or not, too, where you walk into the store and it's like everything now is like, I need an associate to come over here and open this.
Yep.
And it's like, for Tide? Since when did $28 canister of Tide become a hard-pressed item for me that I had to get somebody to, hey, could you come over and open this? I go to the next aisle and have you open something else for me?
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I mean, look, I know crime is bad and you're taking a loss and you think this is the only way you can protect your stuff. It's not customer friendly. You're not winning customers over with this stuff.
No.
You're just not.
No.
It's a bad look.
I can't stand, because like typically my ride home from work, I need to stop. I need to get a little pick me up for the full ride home. It's a long drive. So there's times where, if I get to that point, there's a Walmart there. I pull over, I'm going to walk, I'm going to do a lap. I'm going to grab something, a little bit of caffeine, little boom. And it's the same thing. All I'm getting is a beverage. And I walk right out. But the people are like you did. They're reaching out for the receipt. They're wait, why? Like they're right there. The checkout thing is right there. You saw me buy it. You saw me ring it up. I'm not bringing a bag for a beverage. I'm not buying a bag for a beverage. I'm not doing that.
And let's face it, you're doing a smart going to Walmart instead of say Wawa. You can get 6 of them for the price of one that Wawa's charging.
Yeah,
at Walmart.
It's true.
So I mean, again, I don't blame you for going to Walmart. It's a smart thing to do in terms of saving the money. And I realized there are self-checkout scams where people will replace labels or they'll act like they're scanning something. But the eye in the sky with that loss prevention team up there, they are watching everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they know who the repeat customers are, I'm sure, who are doing this.
Yeah. Yep.
And I always make sure I ask for, because you got the option, you want the physical receipt, you want us to email it to you or no receipt. And I make sure I always get the physical receipt.
Mm-hmm.
Always, 100% of the time. I went shopping today at ShopRite, and I always ask for the long paper receipt just because I want to make sure that they gave me the discounts for me entering my phone number in there for the Rewards Club members, because I want to make sure I got charged appropriately for the deals that are going on. It might not be much, but when they give you the QR code takes you to a survey. You got to fill the survey out to get to the receipt. I'm like, what a bunch of bullshit this is.
Yeah, no.
It's
I'll
a scam.
The paper.
Yeah, I mean, I ask for the receipt all the time. All the time.
Yeah, same.
And it never fails. When I go out to eat at a restaurant, nothing to do with Walmart, by the way. Once every 4 months, I will find a mistake where they've added something on that we didn't order. An extra drink, an extra platter, an extra side. And I'm like, can you explain this charge to me? And they're like, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
because and maybe it was the bartender put it on by accident. I don't want to think that anything nefarious is going on. Accidents and mistakes do happen, but I'm also smart enough to know that your tip is generated based on how much the meal was, because I'm going to give you probably 20%. So if you could throw an extra $20 drink on there, it's $4. I might not be paying attention that day. How many people did you get through that with on that shift? If you got through with 5, that's $20. And if they it's a mistake, it happens.
Yeah, but you never know. I mean, that's why you got to check that stuff too.
Yeah.
People, I think they best bank on just being like, the total. Oh, here you go. Here's your tip. Here you go. I'll see you next time. People don't really check that, especially more so nowadays. Like when we were growing up, that's what my parents would always check. Like I do the same, but I don't know if other people, it's just kind of something that's just going away. People are just happy to just fork over money. But they'll catch people that just don't check.
Yeah.
That's probably why they do it.
Oh, there's a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I would hesitate to bet that probably less than 10% of the population probably checks the receipts.
That's kind of wild.
I mean, that's just my guess. I mean, that's just a personal feeling that I get.
could see it. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it.
I mean, I know before I walk out of Walmart, because I'm so paranoid of that checker who's going to put their hands on me, and then I didn't check the receipt. Oh, crap, I forgot to bring up one item. I'd make sure I count them. It's like, oh, I got 6 items. I better have 6 items on this receipt. Because, again,
and then the other
I'm going to be that brazen, to call you out on it.
That are in your back pocket that you didn't ring up.
No, I don't. Everything goes in the cart, man. Everything goes in the cart. Yeah. That's the thing. Everything goes in the cart. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine too.
Yeah, I can't stand those. Because again, when did we shift from the greeter to the receipt checker?
Yep.
I don't.
And it's at every one. They're at every single one. There's the person posted up by the door with the little highlighter.
Well, that's the thing. If I go to BJ's, I've signed an agreement with them
that's different. Yeah.
Or Costco, I've signed an agreement with them that they can inspect the cart. They can look over the receipt. That's part of their terms and conditions. I have not signed anything with Walmart saying that they could take my time. And then the sad part is there's a line of lemmings sitting there
waiting. I go right around them. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm not. No,
I do the same.
No,
but I feel like that's setting a good example, though. That's how I look at it. Because I'm not going to stop and stand for this.
My wife has an adjective for me. It's called asshole.
But it's not, though.
Oh, she says, "Oh no, you're being a jerk by cutting in front of everybody, not acknowledging these people and being nice and waiting your turn. These people have a job to do, and they're just doing their job. And how dare you not?" And she's shaking her head the whole way out. And I'm like, "I notice you're not carrying anything.
Right.
I'm carrying it all.
I got all the goodies there. I had all of them.
If I'm carrying everything, but you're the one in the back who's just stewing about it." I'm like,
yeah.
Nope. But that's the dream, is that one of these guys will just grab me or put their hand on me or hey, just give me a reason to call 911 and tell me I'm being detained at that point.
Oh, yes.
That's an attorney would have. Oh,
Oh, Walmart. You're gonna get all those flyers in the mail.
That'll be the Christopher Michael Blake Shopping Center. Yeah,
you're right.
Every row would have my books. That'd be it.
Welcome to the book section.
The entire store. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
The whole store.
Absolutely. I mean, like Target doesn't do that.
No, they don't.
I think and I think that they want to. I really believe that they would like to. But yeah, but I mean, you have some crazy stuff at Walmart too, or at Target too. Did you see the video where they had a bunch of people come in and act like they're employees dressed in red shirts and khaki pants?
I didn't see this. No.
And they tried to relieve all the people working the registers.
Wow.
Yeah, and the manager was like, "You guys don't work here." It's like, no, we're from corporate. We're taking over. You guys are being, and they're like, "No, we don't understand. We are not you're not." Yeah. So
yikes.
Yeah, you never know. People are just trying to be stupid nowadays too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get, and when you do a prank like that, you could really get in deep trouble by doing that. Like they could press charges, if they're not playing around. This is a no. Yeah. Like it's just not worth it. Like remember when we were growing up, it was just like, oh, prank call, right? And that was like, hey, everybody gather around and we're gonna make some prank calls. Like now the pranks are like, you could go to jail for some of the stuff that these kids do.
Doorbell ditch.
Hmm.
That was another one we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, the kids don't want to leave the house nowadays. They squat your house.
You're right. Yeah.
I mean, that's the prank nowadays. It's like, oh, or it's like, hey, congratulations, you've been drafted by the Atlanta Falcons. How do you feel?
Yeah.
You understand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We never kind of covered that. How do you feel about him going in the 5th round? Shedeur Sanders.
I mean,
did it to himself? Victim? What do you think?
No, he did it to himself. He did it to himself. Like you see some of the stuff with how he kind of bombed the interviews with the teams, like the Giants one that came out, that he didn't pick up on certain things. You do it to yourself. If all these other kids did it right, and they have the right to be drafted ahead of you because there's more confidence in it. I mean, look, he might not even be on the Browns roster after training camp.
They're saying there's a good shot he's cut, which to me is like, I mean, what do you have to lose if you're the Browns, really?
I mean, they drafted a quarterback in the 3rd round.
Yeah, but my thing is who do you got ahead of him? You got Flacco, and who else? It's
the other guy they drafted.
No, but there's 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah, him and Deshaun Watson.
Look, I hate to say that
he's hurt though.
Get rid of Deshaun Watson. Or he's going to be IR probably for the entire season anyway, because the minute he steps on the field, he gets hurt anyway. I hate to say, it's kind of like what Washington did back when they had Kirk Cousins and RG3. You can always trade one of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
A team will always be quarterback needy. Always. I mean, that's the position that if somebody goes down, you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah.
And you're looking for somebody. And look, it's not like, let's just say he does get cut. Does he go back to Colorado? They retired his jersey.
They can unretire that with the quickness.
As a junior. They retired his jersey as a junior. Sorry, you can't have that number. It's retired. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
But I mean, why not? I mean, what do you have to lose? I mean, if anything, it's draft capital for later on. Hey, you guys need a quarterback? We'll trade this guy to you. I mean, you get to tell me, but this is the thing though. They're going to be behind in every game. You might as well tank for Manning at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the goal. If you have any other goal and you're not competing this year, it is tank city. If you're a head coach and we're 1-15 and you win your last game of the year, you're getting fired. Not because you sucked all year. We wanted you to suck all year, but because you cost us that 1st round pick, that number 1 pick. That's all it is.
Yep.
And anything else is silly. So the Browns are going to be playing from behind. They had no receivers, basically. They got no defense. You know what? You might as well just put these kids in, let them get the experience, and see what happens. And then, guess what? The best thing about NFL is they love people who got experience. No, you actually played behind center and actually saw some live snaps. You could be a backup in the NFL for 3 or 4 years.
There you go.
That's just my take as a
There you go.
I mean, what do they have to lose? I mean, really, do you want to end up as the Browns as like 5-11, 5-12?
No, they're going to be worse than that.
But that's what I'm trying to say is then why?
I just
with under the premise that hey, we're going to compete this year. Come on, man, really? And Flacco's not terrible, but I mean, let's face it. even with the Colts, he couldn't, which actually had a pretty decent offense. He couldn't put it together.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's done.
I never, you know what? People love a resurrection story, man. But
I think he's already had it.
yeah,
Put him in the
possible.
resurrection machine.
That's possible. But it had to turn into football talk. Anyway, hey, I'm not trying to keep you up all night.
Check us out in 2 weeks. We're going to be talking about Thunderbolts. See what we think. Good, bad, indifferent. We're going to check that out. We're going to let you know. So tune in May 22nd for Thunderbolts, and we'll be back after that with more funny and weird news. Unless we're doing true crime, we'll let you know.
Funny, weird news for right now. Yeah,
So thank you for sticking with us. We appreciate it. Throw us a like, throw us a comment. We'll catch you guys in 2 weeks. Have a great night.
Bald is beautiful, baby.